Hey guys, so in my previous video I dedicated it to your brain, and I showed a different book by Richard Restak. Here's another one, Mozart's Brain and the Fighter Pilot. Very cool read if you want to learn about how to stretch your brain and your brain's potential and keep yourself from having Alzheimer's and all that when you're old. It's pretty cool. So why did I bring that up? Because I'm about to stretch your brain. Get it? Okay, in the previous video we looked at this and I mentioned that I was going to have a continuation because that video was getting kind of long. In that video, we found the vertex of -1/2 comma 9/2, and our y-intercept, that was easy. It's 0 comma that number, right? And it opened up, and we didn't have any x-intercepts. But suppose you're taking a college algebra class, okay? That's really where I'm going with this. And the teacher says, put this thing into vertex form. A problem like this is not going to be easy to put in a vertex form, but I got a trick that I'm going to show you at the end of this video that you're going to love. Okay, so stick with me on this. The first part of this is going to blow your mind, so just hang tight, okay? This is really worth remembering, or at least saving when you get to that level, if you're taking college algebra down the stretch. So to put in vertex form, what I've got to do first of all is complete the square. And I got to set the stage for that. First of all, I'm going to move that 5 to the other side of the equation. So I'm going to subtract it over here. I only want values with x in it over here, okay? And this doesn't count because this is f of x. That's really y. That doesn't count. And my leading coefficient now has to be a 1, all right? So I'm going to factor out this 2. So that leaves me with x squared plus x. Okay, now I'm going to complete the square right here. Remember how to do that? We're going to take half of this 1 here, and then we're going to square it. Half of 1 is a 1/2. You square it, you get 1/4, right? So now this is where it's going to be this is going to blow your mind. Just hang tight. Watch this. Instead of adding my 1/4 to both sides of the equation, here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to add it here, just like you would think, but then right next to it, I'm going to subtract it. Let me explain why. 2 reasons. First of all, if I'm going to add 1/4, then somewhere else I've got to subtract 1/4. Normally we add it to both sides of the equation to keep the balance, right? To keep the same equation's integrity. It's this 2 that's making this thing problematic. Okay? I can't just take this -1/4 and add it over here as a +1/4. Because in order to do that, I need to multiply it to this 2 first in order to pull that off. So let me do that in a couple steps here. -2 times the quantity of x squared plus x plus 1/4. Okay, close parentheses. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply that -1/4 times the 2. So I'm going to pull it out of the parentheses, and by doing so, it's going to fall under the influence of that 2. So 2 times a -1/4 is -2/4. Okay, you got it? Because I'm going to change that -2/4 to a -1/2 if that's okay. I'm just reducing the fraction is all. Hopefully that's okay. All right, now I'm getting close. When we look at vertex form, only my f of x can be on this side of the equation, right? So let me add my 5 over. It's going to be adding to that -1/2 in a second. So that puts me at f of x equaling 2 times the quantity of this guy here. It's a perfect square trinomial. X plus the square root of that number. Okay, square root of 1/4 is 1/2. Quantity squared. Incidentally, this 1/2 is always half of that number. Half of 1 is 1/2. Okay, now let me deal with this business over here. This -1/2 plus my 5. I'm going to write that as 10/2. So we need a common denominator. And then -1/2 plus 10/2 is 9/2. Huh. That's interesting. You know why? Check it out. If you remember vertex form of this equation, I've got it. That's vertex form. My vertex, basically what we're seeing here, remember, it's the opposite of what you see there. It's kind of like saying x plus 1/2, set it equal to 0, solve for x. X would equal to -1/2, right? And your y value is exactly what you think it would be. Huh, check it out. -1/2, 9/2, boom, got it. Okay, so I worked this thing, I put it into vertex form, I put it in there, and I spent 5 minutes and 36 seconds doing this. Okay, I don't know about you, but this was kind of a pain. Okay, like I said, hang tight to the end of the video, okay? Watch this. I'm going to leave this thing in vertex form here, just that being boxed in, just so we have a reference to show you, because I'm going to show you a trick that you're going to love. Watch this. Okay, so suppose your teacher says, take this thing, put it into vertex form. Boom. That 2 is that 2. Okay, I'm already a third of the way there. All I got to do is figure out these two values. Well, let's just go back to the previous video where I did the vertex formula, right? Negative b over 2a, so that's a -2 over 2 times 2, which is -2/4, which is -1/2. Okay, so I can piece this together as I go. F of x equals, let's see, I got my 2. Got it. I know I got parentheses now. And I got an x there. I know it needs to be squared. Okay, I got a -1/2. I got to change the sign, right? Because you change the sign. So if it's negative, go positive. Got it. Now all I need to do is figure this guy out. How am I going to do that? Plug -1/2 into the function. This is going to be the hardest part. So 2, mainly because it's a fraction this time. If you're taking college algebra and you're taking a test, maybe you'll get lucky and you won't have to deal with a fraction. I don't know. All right, so -1/2 squared is +1/4. Okay, so we're working it, feeling the burn. Let's see. 2 times 1/4 is 2/4, so I'll reduce it to 1/2. 2 times a -1/2 is a -1, but I'm going to leave that as -2 over 2. And then plus, instead of 5, I'm going to write that as 10 over 2. I'm going after common denominators is what I'm doing. And if you watched the previous video, I did this. 1 minus 2 plus 10. Check it out, it's 9. 9/2. That's this guy right there. Boom. Okay? My point is this. You can backdoor your way to getting to the vertex version of the standard form of a quadratic equation by using the vertex formula. Okay, that only took like 3 minutes versus the 5.5 minutes that it took to complete the square and all that other stuff. So take it for what it's worth. All right, I hope that helped. Have a good one.